The business class cabin was quiet, filled with the soft hum of the engines and the faint clinking of coffee cups. Ethan Cole, a high-powered CEO, loosened his tie and sighed. Another 14-hour flight, another deal, another day away from home. He shut his laptop and rubbed his temples. That's when he heard a tiny voice beside him. "Sir, you look tired." Ethan turned. In the seat across the aisle sat a little girl, no older than 5, clutching a worn-out teddy bear. Her big brown eyes looked up at him with pure concern. He forced a smile. "I guess I am. Long day at work." She tilted her head. "My mommy says when people are tired, it's not their body, it's their heart." The words hit harder than he expected. For a moment, Ethan didn't know what to say. Everyone else saw him as powerful, untouchable, yet this small stranger had seen him. A flight attendant approached, smiling. "Sweetie, do you need something?" The girl shook her head. "No, I just wanted to help him feel better." Ethan laughed softly, but his chest ached. It had been years since anyone had spoken to him so simply, so kindly. As the plane soared into the clouds, he didn't realize that this small encounter, with a little girl in seat 14A, was about to change his entire life. Ethan couldn't stop glancing at the little girl across the aisle. She sat swinging her legs, humming softly to herself, clutching the old teddy bear in her arms. After a while, she turned toward him again. "What's your name?" "Ethan," he said with a tired smile. "And yours?" "Lila." She grinned. "My bear's name is Mr. Buttons. He listens when people are sad." Ethan chuckled. "He must be a busy bear then." Lila nodded seriously. "He is. He says grown-ups forget to smile." Her words made him pause. He'd spent years building empires, buying companies, and working through holidays. But when was the last time he'd actually smiled without a reason? "Where are you traveling to, Lila?" he asked gently. She looked down at her shoes. "To see my mommy. She's in the hospital. The doctors say she needs rest. Daddy says we'll bring her flowers and songs." Something in Ethan's chest tightened. "You must love her a lot." Lila nodded again, her small fingers tracing the bear's ear. "Mommy says being kind is free. But sometimes people forget that too." Ethan turned toward the window, hiding the emotion in his eyes. Those simple words echoed in his mind. Being kind is free. When the flight attendant brought drinks, Ethan ordered hot chocolate instead of his usual scotch. He handed it to Lila with a quiet smile. "For you and Mr. Buttons," he said. Her face lit up. "You're not tired anymore," she said sweetly. Ethan laughed softly, realizing she was right. For the first time in years, something in him felt lighter. Hours passed, and the plane began its slow descent through the clouds. Most passengers were asleep, but Ethan couldn't take his eyes off Lila. She had dozed off, her head resting against the window, Mr. Buttons tucked under her chin. When the captain announced landing, a flight attendant came by. "Sir, could you check if the girl across from you has a guardian? We can't seem to find her parents' seat." Ethan frowned. "She said she was visiting her mom in the hospital. Her dad's supposed to meet her." The attendant looked uneasy. "Sir, there's no parent listed on her ticket. It was booked under Child Assistance Program." Ethan's chest tightened. He reached into the seat pocket in front of Lila, hoping for a clue, and found a small folded note tucked beside a crayon drawing. It read, "To whoever sits beside Lila, thank you for being kind to her. She's been through a lot since her mother got sick. I couldn't afford to fly with her, but she believes kindness will help her mommy heal. Please watch over her till she lands. Her father." Ethan swallowed hard, his throat burning. The drawing showed 3 figures holding hands, Lila, her mom in a hospital bed, and a man with tears in his eyes. When the plane landed, Ethan made a decision without thinking. As the passengers began to leave, he called out to the attendant, "I'll take her. I'll make sure she gets to her mother safely." The woman nodded gratefully, and as Lila stirred awake, she smiled up at him. "We're here already?" Ethan forced a smile. "Yeah, kiddo. We're going to see your mom. But deep inside, he was terrified, because he had no idea how much that visit would change him. Ethan carried Lila's small suitcase through the hospital's quiet hallway. The smell of disinfectant mixed with faint piano music echoing from somewhere down the corridor. Lila held Mr. Buttons tightly, her little feet hurrying to keep up. When they reached room 214, she stopped. "That's Mommy's room," she whispered, suddenly shy. Ethan smiled softly. "Let's go see her." Inside, a pale woman lay resting, a gentle smile forming as her daughter ran into her arms. "Mommy!" Lila squealed. "I brought a friend." Ethan stayed at the doorway, unsure if he should step in. But Lila's mother looked up, her eyes warm. "You must be the kind stranger who watched over my little one." He nodded, feeling awkward. "She's an incredible kid." The woman chuckled faintly. "She has her father's hope. He passed away last year. He told her that no matter what happens, kindness always finds its way home." Ethan's throat tightened. "I'm sorry. I didn't know." She smiled softly. "You helped her believe that kindness still exists. Thank you for that." For the first time in years, Ethan felt something deeper than profit or success. He saw what he'd been missing: connection. Before leaving, Lila pressed Mr. Buttons into his hands. "He helps people who look tired," she said seriously. Ethan laughed through his tears. "Then I'll take good care of him." Weeks later, a new foundation appeared under Ethan's name. The Lila Hope Fund, helping sick children travel to see their parents. And on his office desk sat a worn teddy bear, a daily reminder that sometimes, the smallest kindness can change the biggest lives.